Hello everyone, today I want to talk about cholesterol and plaque formation. Many people doesn't understand cholesterol and plaque formation, the correlationship between these two things and how does cholesterol result turn into plaque. But once you understand this process, then you have a different view on cholesterol, especially the so-called bad cholesterol, the LDL. Now let's take a look at details on the process of how LDL or so-called bad cholesterol turn into plaque. So in a very clean blood circulation of your artery, the structure is like this. There's an inner layer, cholesterol enters the artery wall, especially the first layer of the wall. Because why cholesterol enter this layer? Because it's not merely going to this layer. The objective is that because it needs to pass through these layers in order to reach the place where it is needed, especially the LDL. So between LDL and HDL, LDL penetrate through the wall because LDL has a lot of mission it has to achieve. It has to pass through the wall. But on the way passing through the wall, it gets stuck. Why stuck? Because of oxidation by free radicals. There are many free radicals in your body in different forms like peroxide, O3, ozone, and so on and so forth. So if someone is constantly under stress or living in an environment that is very oxidative, then your chances of having the LDL get stuck in between the artery wall is very high. And once the artery is stuck, it becomes oxidized and it will trigger inflammatory response, which means your white blood cell, especially your phagocyte, which is a macrophage, will come and try to consume it and try to get rid of it. But without you knowing, they become kamikaze. So after they get it, they go yum 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 yum. After they chew it, and then you're stuck in between the first layer, the epithelium, and the middle layer. It's stuck in between that. So over time, this plaque is formed. This is called plaque. The waste product couldn't get rid of the region. So over time, it caused the blockage or narrowing of the vessel, and eventually result in a blood clot, which result in a heart attack if it's happened in the heart, or your stroke. So, but you need to understand the blockage happens. There are two factors. One is the coagulation factor, which is your blood. If you look at your blood test report, you look at the CSR, ESR, the first page, the blood profile, or under the liver function, if you have the CRP, C-reactive protein. If both are high, that means your blood is easily clogged. So on the normal blood vessel, the diameter is clear. So even a small formation, it still can pass through and your body has a way to deform it. But if it passing through there's an area that's very narrow. So a small plaque or a small thrombus, we call thrombus, can cause or embolus or can cause the blockage, which result in stroke or heart attack. So another factor is the plaque itself fall off. You see, this is a plaque forming underneath a very thin layer of epithelium. Over time, the pressure here, because it's growing bigger and bigger, it will cause the rupture of this covering membrane or the epithelium. So once it's ruptured, this plaque will free float. When it passes a narrow area, then it causes jam, then your blood cannot flow. So this is how cholesterol and causing until your stroke or your heart attack. Because when people think of cholesterol, the first thing they think of heart attack. But if you want to overcome the whole process or overcome this fear, you need to understand the mechanism is formed. Then you understand, now you understand actually the culprit is not the LDL. LDL is just going out there and do its job. It's the oxidation that's the thing you need to prevent. Now let's take a look at LDL, the function. LDL and HDL both are essential, not just and bad. We shouldn't label them bad, good and bad. Now let's take a look at the so-called bad cholesterol, the LDL. It is the builder or the repairer. The function is it builds cells membrane. Our membrane is we call the fluid mosaic structure. It's very watery. So just like concrete, you need to implant steel or steel bar so that it firms the structure. Same with human membrane. So just by lipid alone, it caught a very fluid, we will be very soft. So to make the structure of the cell membrane firmer, they have to more firm. So you have to implant some cholesterol, and that cholesterol is your LDL. That's why I told you LDL needs to go out and work, because you have trillions of cells. All cells require LDL. So next, it makes hormone, especially a sex hormone. Sex hormone. Your estrogen, your testosterone, and your motivation or the power hormone, which is your cortisol. So your LDL serves as a precursor to form these hormones. So if you purposely lower down just because you're scared of heart attack or stroke, then you sacrifice a big part of your life. You less drive. Not only you less drive in your daily life, you also less drive on your back. So you need the LDL. LDL plays a vital role in your daily function, and then it helps produce vitamin D. So vitamin D, our skin can, in the process, skin, liver, and kidney involved in the channel that build the vitamin B. But you need the raw material. What is that? The LDL is the raw material. So, and then other than that, it produces bile acid, because LDL, once it's done its job, it go back to the liver. Liver will do some magic there, and then it produce bile juice. Your bile juice help your digestion. So in general, it support a lot of body repair function. That's why LDL plays a vital role. That's why they are very busy traveling outside out of the blood vessel. It's just sometimes during the tearing process, it gets stuck because of oxidation. So the real culprit is not the LDL. The real culprit is the free radicals that oxidize it. Now take a look at the high density, the good cholesterol. Well, everyone in general is a cleaner and protector. It removes excess cholesterol and it returns to the liver. That means those LDL done their job, they're floating in the bloodstream, right? So the HDL sort of like wrap them, come on baby, come, let's go to the liver, back to the liver, and then liver will convert that to become your bile juice. This is the process. And bringing back the LDL to the liver, done by who? Your HDL. So it's a cleaner. Your bandaraya lah, sapu lantai, sapu jalan. So anti-inflammatory, it plays an anti-inflammatory role, because just now I told you, oxidation of LDL causing the blood is an oxidation process or inflammatory process. Inflammation always increase the free radicals. Free radicals is an oxidation, it's correlated. So with HDL, it lowers all these factors, and in general, it protects your blood vessel. So these two play hands in hands. So it's not good and bad. We need both of them. So the big problem is oxidation, your free radicals. So instead of worrying about LDL, oh, my LDL is so high, you should wonder why the LDL cannot go out. That's why it's stuck in your bloodstream. That's why when you test your blood, you see high level of LDL. When the signal, like your brain, your brain cells, I told you every cell need LDL, right? When they don't get the supplies, they keep on sending signal. Oh, liver, why is my LDL? You have to understand, liver produce LDL and liver also destroy LDL or break down LDL. So when the destination or the department cannot get the supply, they keep on shouting. So sometimes it's not the bloodstream issue, it's the delivery process. It's a very complicated process. Even science cannot explain why. So we cannot blame it on LDL alone. But we need to understand, now confirm it's oxidized. Once LDL oxidized, will cause plaque build up and narrow artery. Narrow artery will increase your chance of a cardiovascular disease or the blockage. You stroke, you kena brain, you stroke lor, you kena heart, you got heart attack, then you bye-bye lor, KO. So in general, we need to keep a balance of LDL and HDL. Then you're fine. So with this understanding, I hope you change your perspective when you look at the blood test report. Now you throw a stone. Any adult above 30 years old, very high chance you hit someone with high cholesterol level. Total cholesterol more than 5.2 is considered high cholesterol. Oh, by 7 you need to take medication. But you really need to question, who set these standards? I'll leave it to you to find out. Alright, the sharing is until here. Bye.